All right, it says we're live. Good morning, everyone. This is Nathaniel Necromancer at the Aromatic Ministry. I have a special video for you guys today. We're going to speak about the left-hand path. And since we're speaking about the left-hand path, I'd go ahead and recommend getting on Google and going over to the Sect of the Horn God. Last night, I was sitting here contemplating what I was going to do today. I said, you know what, I'll leave it up to the universe and we'll see what happens. And this morning I got up and I seen that Thomas LeRoy actually subscribed to our channel. So I really appreciate that, man. It's really hard in YouTube or anywhere else in social media when you're up and coming. So like I said yesterday, you guys out there, you girls out there, even the children, you guys have to find mentors. You have to find a mentor. You have to find someone that can lead you on a good path. And that's why we're talking about the left-hand path today, because too many know about what is politically correct. Too many know about what is politically and socially accepted. And not enough people know about the left-hand path and what is usually not accepted socially and what is usually not accepted to be politically correct, especially in religion, dealing with Satanism, dealing with necromancy, dealing with spirits, dealing with root work, dealing with anything that has to do with any sort of other spiritualism other than Judeo-Christianity or any Catholicism. So, as you can see, I've got a pentagram, right arm, forearm, and kind of hard to see, but I have something marked on my arm. Also have runes, Nordic runes, and also have a broken St. Peter with a broken Michael wing. And everyone wonders sometimes when they see tattoos like this, why do people have these? Well, for some people are spur of the moment type of thing where they're just something like a metal band and they'll go get Whitechapel tattooed on. No big deal, whatever, bro. And I've thought about it myself, so I've been there. But I get tattoos, and I do my own tattoo sometimes, especially the Nord runes and the St. Peter cross with actual carbon ash and such, to make it more of a ritual than anything. And the reason I do that is because it symbolizes who I am. That the pentagram and the pinnacle has been misused and misconstrued as something evil. That Santa Muerte by the Catholic Church has been kicked out and is now dead to all Catholics nearly because of the Catholic Church and their following in straight Catholicism instead of going ahead and taking on one more saint, the Saint of Death, Santa Muerte. They decided to, I guess you could just say, burn the witch is the best way to put it, honestly. I mean, literally, they tore it from every church. Modern day iconoclast against Santa Muerte. So, and the Norse runes, they get misused a lot. I love the Avengers, and I love everything that, that has to do with comics. I'm a big nerd. I love movies. My wife and I constantly are doing something related to either video games or movies every day, whether that is on YouTube, or coming up with ideas and brainstorming for video game ideas maybe later on when we get better equipment. But we surround ourselves with that. So every day we see in life religion through media. And the left-hand path is, like I said, it's been scapegoated as the evil, the darkness, everything that's just bad. And that's not true. You can pray. You can do whatever you like. I know that I've been reviewing in the past what I've come across, and I know this one really nice lady on YouTube. I do believe her name's Telwyn, and I think she's written a few books, actually. Oh, actually, more than a few books. I know for a fact she's written quite a few books. I think it's the Wolf and Howl Press or something that prints her books, but I can't remember her name, so I'm not going to discuss that. But anyway, a long time ago, I read that a good witch, because at the time I was a witch, a good witch doesn't have to have tools to be effective. All they have to have is their hands. So, here a while back, I started praying, and I get into a lot of theism throughout my culture that I live through every day. And I found that whenever you pray to something on the left hand path or through yourself, you reach out to grab hold of something that it will just reach back and hold your hand for just a moment and let you feel what people don't normally feel. Um, some people watch ghost hunters and say it's all fake. Well, I challenge you people that you think that it's all fake. I want you to really go and search and look for a place that is diabolical and it's had a lot of things happen in it. And I'm not telling you to go there and screw up the aura by walking in and saying all kinds of foul crap, because you're going to get that right back. But just go and let yourself go for a moment and experience something different, because there are skeptics out there that don't believe in anything. But humankind, we're not idiots either. And even from the most idiot savant to the most incredible intelligent people like Albert Einstein talk about spirituality and spirits in the soul and where it could reside. So science doesn't work against the left-hand path. It actually, if anything, proves some of the flaws made and mistakes made by our past religions, like believing that all people that are just angry, mean people turn into demons. We still haven't proven what happens to the soul yet with science, and therefore it's not been disproven. So science isn't against it. And I'm not proving science here today, and I'm not proving the left-hand path, because that's the point. I don't have to prove the left-hand path. It's alive in all of us. And whenever you go outside at night, or you're alone in the dark and you're afraid, as every human at some point in their life sits in the dark and is afraid, do you wonder why you're afraid? Do you wonder why sometimes when you're all alone that you just sit and you're depressed and you can't help but just want to get on Facebook and find the closest friend available that's active and message them and call them a billion times because you've got something to say? Or you're alone and you're tired of being alone, or you're frustrated. People call their problems demons. And I'm explaining the left-hand path in a way that I'm going to bring up a lot of themes that you've heard, you've seen, ghosts, and from everything, from gods and goddesses to ghosts and UFOs, man. I mean, spirituality lives throughout us, and it's only right here. And your spirituality literally can only sometimes get from here to there, from A to B, and I mean a foot in front of you, because your reality, you live that in your mind every day. And what culture you choose will actually affect how you think. As I said, when you're a Christian, a lot of times you have to be protective of what you have, which is your soul. Okay? You have to be protective of your soul. So therefore, you can't be around evil. You don't need to be around evil. But yet in the Bible, you see as Jesus was around evil and nothing bad ever happened to him. Correct? Correct. Except he was crucified later. But as it was said, he willingly did this. So anyway, past all that point, the reason I bring that up too is because I've been there before. And don't misunderstand me to be a Christian hater. That is not what I'm about. I'm about showing you the theme of what is the left-hand path. The left-hand path is a collection, a very large collection of pagan and dark spiritual knowledge and things that sometimes have never been legal or had the ability to been practiced in any area, because it was either because of the church would come kill you, because they thought you were something evil, and that's or people will think you're evil. Let's just put it that way, or just to be put in a big box with a label of people known as devil worshippers or Satanists. And a lot of times, even like these last couple of years, I found myself drove away from the left-hand path because there's so many labels and um, there's so many societies and social groups of different theistic and non-theistic Satanists and theistic and non-theistic pagans. And I mean, what do you do? So, do you praise the sun, or do you find God? Or so this is what you do. Like I said yesterday, you just stop and you find a mentor. But the second part of this is actually before you can just find someone. This is like I say, martial arts and spiritualism go hand in hand a lot. So when you find a dojo and you find someone to practice, then you need to start practicing at home by yourself too. So what I mean is you need to now either decide that you've talked to this person and you've heard them out and you explain to them that you want to know about the left-hand path, and they break some information to you, and now you're thinking about this, and you go home or you go wherever you're at, you're thinking about it. Now you have to start either practicing or decide not to. So where are you going to break the veil and where are you going to start at? I would recommend going and learning about earth magic first. And why do I say that? Because it's the most simple and it's the most widely used over all of the left-hand path. Even in Satanism, we use a lot of fire. If and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but from what I've read too, a lot about Azazel, in the northern gate of hell, there's a blue fire and a black wall, and this is where Azazel is said to reside by some people's theology. So there is imagery there, and Baphomet. Baphomet also gets used alongside torches, along with Azazel, as I said before, because Azazel represents fire, a fire jinn per se, and him and Baphomet have a lot in common. So these symbols that we see all over, you see it your whole life. You're told what to feel about them. And then just like me, you might even find yourself being afraid being in your own church, because I've been to churches before where they said that there were ghosts. And I was like, whatever, this is a house of God. So I wasn't tripping, I didn't care. Everybody left the room. It was a youth meeting. I was the president at the time, which is crazy, but that was nuts. We'll talk about that some other time. But I was there with the youth, 4 or 5 people. We were all sitting there, boys and girls, sitting there talking, and something starts beating on doors on both sides of the baptistry. I'm like, whoa. So we go check it out. Boys on both sides of the baptistry. Unlocked both doors at the same time, opened them, looked in, we seen each other, nothing was there, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So stuff's happened even in church before. So what I'm getting to is the left-hand path surrounds us every day. We are on it most of the time, whether or not we know it. And as I said before, I think life may be a little backwards. Instead of people going out and searching for the left-hand path, they just need to acknowledge the left-hand path in their life. Because everybody, the way that you get up and do your life every day, if you're one of those girls, you're in your 20s, you're in good shape, and you don't have to exercise. You look good, you feel good every day. You might have a boyfriend, and y'all get up, y'all have y'all's coffee, you enjoy most of your morning. Then you might do something on YouTube, and y'all might get on Twitch together or something, or you might separate and do some stuff on social media. Play some video games, maybe. Like, that'd be my perfect life, like with my wife. I'd love to do that with her because it'd be fun. See? So, she looks good, she feels good, she has a good day, and what is this alluding to? What I'm saying is all these things, this enjoyment, this pleasure in life, that's what they want. So, just like that, some people, instead of playing video games and such, they get up in the morning, they apply themselves to meditation and practicing meditation in the morning, or a prayer of some kind, let's just call it a mantra of some kind, and even to an altar like I do, and the rest of the day can be productive. And then after you have started your day with a prayer, then you slowly make your way into a slow build of the gold tower, which I talk about sometimes in the mind. Whenever you get up in a good mood and apply yourself in a certain way, you can find slowly, if you are interested in paganism and the left-hand path, what mediums will you use to find your way. Now, the girl that got up every day, she got up and she was in social media. All she's got to do is go look up left-hand path videos, find a mentor at a place, just like I did with the Sect of the Horn God. I found them on YouTube, matter of fact, and it's been a while. They've been here a long time, and nobody's known, I guess, but a lot of people have too, and I can tell because of the YouTube channel. Obviously, there's subscribers. So don't go out and try to change your life or the way you get up every day because you're trying to get on the left-hand path. Because if you get up every day and try to be a vampire or something, after a while, that's going to lose its lust. Or its luster, I should say, or lust. I don't know. But anyway, it's going to lose its luster after a while. And you're going to get bored with just dressing up, because that's how you'll feel. You'll feel like a fool. You'll be dressing up, and you're just like, why do I do what I do? Do I really believe this? Do I just like it as a fad? Do I like the clothes? Do I like the music or something? That's okay. If your path only includes dressing up, dress up in music, whatever. But instead of just dressing up in music, once you get on YouTube, use that. And the reason I say that is because you will open doors for yourself. The left-hand path is about opening doors for yourself. It's about opening the door of reality for yourself. And whenever Thomas LeRoy and people like myself start saying stuff like this, they're saying, what are you saying? Do you need to make a portal to Satan? Give him yourself? No. I'm saying if you get up in the right mindset, you will produce good things. You ever heard in the Bible, a lot of times people will quote this, and I think this is hilarious, but the idle mind is the devil's workshop. Okay, so, Well, anyway, actually, you've kind of got that backwards. And if you aren't careful and you really read the Bible for what it is, to me, sometimes whenever I sit down and read, it seems as to say that the devil knows more about Christ than the Gentiles or the Jews or the Zoroastrians or the Pharisees or anybody, Catholic, anyone. You know why? Because we not only started that seed from there, most of the time in America, you start with a tiny seed of Christianity. And even if you didn't start there, that method of spreading your knowledge that I talk about all the time in the Aromatic ministry, of seeking knowledge, when you start seeking knowledge, you have no choice but to find every other religion. Because eventually, if you're talking about Norse mythology, that's going to run into Gerald Gardner's Wicca. If you're talking about Wicca, you're going to run into Norse mythology. And from there, you could even run into the Roman, Spartan, Russian gods, goddesses, demons, monsters, cryptids, all this stuff. And it's not a game to see who knows more, who can laugh at who. It's a game about, it is knowledge. It just is knowledge. And either you know it or you don't. And until more people know about the left-hand path, and either decide to follow it and stop judging themselves, not judging other people because they don't believe in Jesus, but they stop judging themselves because they don't think They know that Jesus isn't the way for them, but they don't want to be judged. So once they get over not worrying about being judged, then they start judging themselves. And most of the time, when you feel judgment, it's not coming from the outside. It's coming from yourself. So all you guys need to do, literally, is worry about finding that mentor and slowly studying, using the mediums that you use. If you read books, go get some books. Scott Cunningham, listen, this guy was like a earth magic Wiccan type guy, but listen, he has good ideas and he has good poetry. Scott Cunningham, go get a book if you like books. I'm pretty sure that the Sect of the Horn God has plenty of information for you guys. And they're my number one. I'm telling you, if you want to learn about stuff, Thomas LeRoy knows how to help. Their group, his wife, all of them, love them all. They're all good friends of mine. And I don't know whether or not the Satanic International Network, I'm not sure if that is still running totally, but I do know that we had a friend over there too as well. So I mean, there. What I'm saying is there are places you guys can go. It's there. It's right here. So either take what I can give you here, or use your media that you use, books, Google, YouTube videos. Lots of YouTube videos. There's going to be a lot of those. There's going to be a lot of people making fun too, so be careful. But still, either way, you have to go look for yourself. And believe me, like I just said earlier, the whole point of this is the left-hand path. It's always here with you. This world is chaos, and the left-hand path is always near and right in front of you. We just have to see through the chaos or through the left-hand path, pick our way and keep walking. There's nothing to come to. You don't just jump off the right-hand path onto a left-hand path. This isn't literally left and right. Let the name go away and just know that whenever you feel more in you than what a church can give you, and you feel that there's more in you to be explained than what your pastor can tell you, or if you're confused even about why would I have to be saved whenever I don't even know where I'm going. And that's the point. Critical thinking is the left-hand path. Critical thinking. Knowing knowledge is one thing, but thinking, using the noggin, the noodle that you have in your head, using your damn brain, that is critical thinking. You're seeing past what they say truth is, anyone, even me, and looking at what the point is. The point is if you were to live your life like I do for a week, you'll learn to let go of small things that mean nothing, like work-related crap. You'll learn to forgive your family even though they're not going to forgive you, or not hold something against you even though you've forgiven them. You'll also learn to not deal with people that you don't get along with, and if it's an unhealthy relationship, you won't deal with those people, even if it's your own mother. And believe me, Mom, I know you're out there, and I love you to death, but you know me and you don't get along. So this is exactly why we don't show up and see each other, and that's fine with me. So, see, after that, the only other thing that you have is that you have the freedom to decide what you want to do. You start to learn that this isn't about following a bunch of people. This is about learning how to do research. This is no different than being in school and writing that first English paper that you didn't know how to write, and you figured it out, didn't you? You know how? Research. My wife is one of the best at research. Why do you think when she's on Radio Dead, it's such a good episode? And Thomas, I bet you can say the same. You guys bring good information to the table, and I love that. This is a 25-minute video, and I haven't even got halfway done yet, so I don't know how long. Be bad reception or not, I don't care. The point is that I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to say that I will wear a St. Peter's cross if I want to, and I don't have to defend why I wear it, because if I explain it to you, it won't make any sense to most people anyway. And then I'm going to get called a hypocrite because I actually don't mind praying to Ahriman and to what is chaos, not to a god Ahriman. You can call it still air, but just know this. When I seek myself out in the morning and I pray and I just meditate prayer in my head and I still myself, I sit still, I stay still for just a moment in my life, in the now that is right now. And I concentrate on what I want to improve on and what I want to accomplish for the day. This is what I'm talking about. So, the connection's getting kind of unstable, and before it goes completely out, I'd just like to say thank you so much, Thomas LeRoy, and to the Sect of the Horn God. I love you guys a lot, and I'm representing you guys here too as much as I can. I want to be representative of you guys. I know that there are memberships for the Sect of the Horn God. You need to email them, and they will send you information. Follow the guidelines. Go study. And if you don't know anything and you're not sure what to say to a question, be honest, because that right there is what's going to help you to learn more. That's what's going to help you to have a fire and a knowledge inside you. So without further ado, I love you guys, all my pagans out there, all my Satanists out there. I love all of you guys, all my Christians too, because Satan helped you. You need it. Love you guys. All of y'all need to be careful, and all you need to be careful. So I will see you guys later. We'll make another video soon. It will be posted immediately. It will be alive also, as long as our signal can hold out for a little while longer. So anyway, this is Nathaniel Necromancer at the Aramanic Ministry from Radio Dead Studios, signing off until the next video. Goodbye, and have a great, safe day. Be nice to each other, and follow the left-hand path. Goodbye.